Thompson. That's who Elizabeth McDonald is hoping to vote for. Elizabeth, why?
Well, you know, I think that he's appallingly retro on a lot of the social issues, and he's not a true libertarian, which I find kind of upsetting. But he's a tax-cutting fiscal conservative. Reaganites love him. He's also not Rudy McRomney, where voters already have voter fatigue. There's voter fatigue out there with all of the candidates. You know, I can't believe we're 2 years out. And I think that people are sick of and tired of seeing the candidates, you know, attacking each other already. He's a fresh voice, and it'll be tough on terrorism.
All right, Elizabeth's forum. How about Jim?
Listen, I never heard of him until a few months ago, and all I know about him is that John McCain says he has a great speaking voice. Now, that's not enough to make me want to support him. We have plenty of candidates out there that they're on the record. Thompson's a cipher. Why should you?
Well, let's talk to a man who once worked for Ronald Reagan. John Rutledge, what do you think of Mr. Thompson?
I think our government's been pretending they can establish order since 9/11. We might as well get a professional actor in the job. You know, Fred, if he wants this job, he's going to have it, and he'll do a good job, too. He's against taxes. He likes a supermajority for raising taxes. He wants spending cuts. He's a deregulator, and for God's sake, he wants to repeal the 55-mile speed limit. What's wrong with this?
So he's a real libertarian.
You know what? I mean,
Absolutely.
America is just a sucker for actors in leadership roles. You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ronald Reagan, Bill
They don't do
Clinton,
a bad job, by the way.
Bill Clinton, best actor ever. But we don't know what he'd really do on the economy. The thing about that debate this week with the 10 guys on the Republican field is the two most important, perhaps, guys we're missing. Fred Thompson, but also Michael Bloomberg. I think he would be the best economics president.
Michael Bloomberg, Mr. Nanny State? Go ahead.
I like the guy, David. You know, I don't know him as well, like Jim said, as the other candidates, but I get a sense I think he'd nuke Iran's nuclear capabilities in a New York second. I think he'd be very strong there, much stronger than some of the other candidates. And he has a great record on spending, which I think is even better than Giuliani.
I mean, let's talk about the particulars. He's for the line item veto. He's for a balanced budget amendment. He's also, you know, for a supermajority when you raise taxes, right? What he said about what John McCain has said, he said, if I had Fred Thompson's voice, I'd be president today.
But John Rutledge, is it possible to trump anybody on security when you have Rudy Giuliani there, who is actually walking the streets, walking a walk as well as talking a talk on 9/11? Who can trump that?
Yeah, but, you know, this man's a district attorney. You know, he's been in our living rooms every night for the last 10 years.
But that's an act.
People think they count.
He's not a real
Absolutely.
District attorney.
No, but neither was Ronald Reagan, the real war veteran with one leg. But
Well,
he
that's
won
true.
the election, too. You
Dennis?
know?
I just think that the fact that we've been having this conversation is a sign of how tired we are of the familiar candidates, and we're just dying for someone to come in out of left field or right field and lead the way.
Good place to stop. Well, forget about the surging Dow. Dennis Neal says the NASDAQ is where the big money's going to be made. His stunning prediction, and the NASDAQ stocks he says to buy right now.